Welcome to Tungal Online Classes. In previous video, we have discussed the concept of thermal expansion, types of thermal expansion and the relation between alpha, beta and gamma. So today, we are going to discuss the new concept is thermal stress. So already we know that the thermal means that is heat energy and the stress is nothing but force per unit area, restoring force per unit area or deforming force per unit area. Okay, in this case we are going to consider a rod. So consider this is a metal rod. The length of this metal rod is somewhat L. L indicates that the initial length of this rod. So here the both ends of the rod, so this is the first end of the rod and this is second end of the rod, the both end of the rod is rigidly fixed, both end of this rod is rigidly fixed, right? So afterwards we are going to supply some amount of heat energy, we are going to supply some amount of heat energy to the rod. So already we know that when we are supply heat energy to the metals, in that case its length increases or its area increases or its volume is increases. But in this case we are going to supply the energy to this rod, but both end of this rod is rigidly fixed. So that means these two rigid support, it is not allowed to expand or contraction of the rod, right? So but still we are supplying the energy. So in that case stress is developed inside the rod. In that case a stress is developed inside the rod, so that is known as the thermal stress. So for example, consider this is the rod, the one end of the rod and this another end of the rod, it is rigidly fixed, another end of the rod is rigidly fixed. So afterwards we are going to supply the energy to this rod, if you supply the energy to that rod, in that case its length is or its volume or its area increases, but in this case these two rigid support, it is not allowed to expand or contraction of this rod. In that case a stress is developed inside the rod, so that is known as the thermal stress, that is known as the thermal stress. This is the definition of a thermal stress. Thermal stress is equal to force per unit area developed in the rod when the thermal expansion or contractions are restricted. Okay, see here the first one, stress. Stress developed inside the rod, so that stress is equal to force per unit area, force per unit area. So next one, already we know that change in length is equal to alpha into initial length into change in temperature. We have discussed this expression in thermal expansion, that is in a linear expansion. From this one, change in length by initial length, that is equal to alpha into change in temperature. See here the change in length by initial length is nothing but that is the strain, right? So that is a strain. Okay, so next, from the definition of a Young's modulus of elasticity. So Young's modulus of elasticity, it is noted by Y, that is equal to tensile stress by longitudinal strain, right? So simply we will write that is stress divided by strain, stress divided by strain. Okay, so then Y is equal to, what do you mean by stress here? The stress is nothing but force per unit area, stress is nothing but force per unit area, and strain, that is change in length by initial length, change in length by initial length, right? So from this relation, force per unit area, that is equal to Y into change in length by initial length, Y into change in length by initial length. So this is one expression to calculate the stress developed inside the rod, that is force per unit area, that is equal to Young's modulus of elasticity into the change in length by initial length. So this is one expression. Already we know that the change in length by initial length value is, that is alpha into del of t. So substitute here, that is force per unit area, that is equal to Young's modulus of elasticity into the change in length by initial length value is, that is alpha into del of t, that is alpha into del of t. So this is one more formula we are used to calculate the stress developed inside the rod. So that is force per unit area, that is equal to y into alpha into del of t. Here y indicates that is the Young's modulus of elasticity, and alpha indicates that it is a coefficient of linear expansion, and del of t indicates that this is a change in temperature. So next one, if you want to calculate the force, that force is equal to Young's modulus into linear coefficient into change in temperature into area. So this formula we are used to find out the force, right? F is equal to y into alpha into del of t into area. So this is about the thermal stress. What do you mean by thermal stress here? The thermal stress is equal to force per unit area developed inside the rod when thermal expansion or contractions are restricted. So the first one, we are calculating the stress. After that we are calculating the strain. With the help of the Young's modulus of elasticity, we are substituting all this value. Finally, we will get the expression to calculate the stress is, the first expression is force per unit area is equal to Young's modulus into strain, right? And the second expression is force per unit area, that is equal to Young's modulus into alpha into del of t, and this formula we are used to calculate the force value. See the problem here. A hole is drilled in a copper plate. The diameter of the hole is 4.24 centimeter at 27 degrees Celsius. What is the change in diameter of the hole when the copper plate is heated to 227 degrees Celsius? They are given, alpha suffix c value is given. That means the coefficient of linear expansion for the copper value is given, that is 1.7 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. Okay, here we are going to find out. The first write on the given terms here. What are the given terms? So here a hole is drilled in a copper plate. The diameter of the hole is, that is 4.24 centimeter. That is the initial diameter. D1 is equal to 4.24 centimeter at the temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. So that means T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. So here we are going to find out what is the change in diameter of the hole when the copper plate is heated to 227 degrees Celsius. So that means T2 is equal to 227 degrees Celsius. T2 is equal to 227 degrees Celsius. Here we are going to find out what is the change in diameter. Change in diameter is equal to question mark, right? So this problem is based on the linear expansion, right? So already we know the formula to calculate the change in length, that is change in length is equal to initial length into alpha into change in temperature, but in this case they are given diameter. Here we are taken, that is change in diameter, that is equal to initial diameter into alpha into change in temperature. Change in diameter is equal to initial diameter into alpha into change in temperature. They are given, the initial diameter value is given, that is 4.24 centimeter into the alpha value is also given, that is 1.7 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into change in temperature. The change in temperature is nothing but the final temperature minus initial temperature, that is T2 minus T1. This is equal to T2 value is 227 minus 27 degrees Celsius. This is equal to 200 degrees Celsius. This is equal to 200 degrees Celsius, right? Here we are substituting the change in temperature value. So this is equal to change in diameter is equal to 4.24 into 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into 200. So multiply this one, we will get the final answer is, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power is minus 5, right? So this is the change in diameter value. So that is 1441.6 into 10 to the power is minus 5. This is a change in diameter, right? So change in diameter is equal to 1.4416 into 10 to the power is minus 2 centimeter, right? This is the final result of this problem. See the next problem here. A metal rod measures 50 centimeter at 0 degrees Celsius, 50.048 centimeter at 80 degrees Celsius. Find the coefficient of linear expansion of the metal. Find the coefficient of linear expansion of the metal. Okay, so first write down what are the given terms, right? So given terms is a metal rod measures 50 centimeter at 0 degree Celsius, means that is the initial length L1 is equal to 50 centimeter at the temperature of T1 is equal to 0 degree Celsius. Next, 50.048 centimeter at 80 degrees Celsius, that means L2 is equal to 50.048 centimeter at T2 is equal to 80 degrees Celsius. So find the coefficient of linear expansion of the metal, that is alpha is equal to question mark. So already we know the expression to calculate the coefficient of linear expansion, that is alpha is equal to change in length by initial length into change in temperature, right? Here the change in length is nothing but that is final length minus initial length, that means L2 minus L1 into L, del of t indicates that T2 minus T1. So substitute all the values here. The L2 value is that is 50.048 minus initial length is 50 divided by the initial length is that is 50 into change in temperature. T2 value is 80 degrees Celsius minus initial value is 0 degrees Celsius. Then alpha is equal to 50.048 minus 50 means 0.048 divided by 50 bracket of 80 minus 0 means 80 into 50 means that is 4000. So then alpha is equal to here, alpha is equal to 0.048 divided by 4000. This value is equal to 0.00012. So then alpha is equal to, this is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius, right? So here we are using this formula to calculate the coefficient of linear expansion. Then alpha is equal to that is 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. Okay, see the next problem here. A circular hole of diameter of 2 centimeter in a brass sheet is kept at 300 Kelvin. What will be the diameter of this hole when sheet is heated to 400 Kelvin, right? So first write in the given terms here. What are the given terms? The first one, a circular hole of a diameter is 2 centimeter in a brass sheet is kept at 300 Kelvin. So that means D1 is equal to 2 centimeter at the temperature of T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin. So next, what will be the diameter of the hole when the sheet is heated to 400 Kelvin? So that means D2 is equal to question mark at the temperature of T2 is equal to 400 Kelvin. And here alpha value is given, that alpha is equal to 2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per Kelvin. So in this case they are given alpha value in terms of SI system. So we are converting this diameter into SI system. So this is 2 centimeter converts into meter scale, means that is 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2 meter, and T1 is equal to that is 300 Kelvin. Okay. So already we know the formula to calculate the final length. So that is L2 is equal to L1 bracket of 1 plus alpha into del of T. So here we are going to find out the final diameter. So that's why we will write this is D2 is equal to D1 bracket of 1 plus alpha into del of T. So substitute the value here, that is D2 is equal to, what is the D1 value here? The initial diameter is that is 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2 meter bracket 1 plus alpha value. So alpha value is given, that is 2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into the change in temperature value. So change in temperature value is that is final temperature minus initial temperature, T2 minus T1 T2 value is 400, T1 is 300, this is equal to 100 Kelvin, this is equal to 100 Kelvin. So substitute the change in temperature value here, that is 100 Kelvin, right. So then D2 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2, 1 plus 2 into 10 to the power is minus 5, 100 it can be written as 10 to the power is 2. So then D2 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2 bracket 1 plus 2 into 10 to the power is, this is minus 5 and this is 2. So this becomes minus 3, right. So then D2 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2, 1 plus 2 divided by 1000 or 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 is, that is 0.002. So its value is 0.002. Then, so 1 plus, so then D2 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power is minus 2 as it is, 1 plus 0.02 value is 1.002. So multiply this one, then D2 is equal to 2.004 into 10 to the power is minus 2 meter. So this is the final result, that is D2 value. So D2 is equal to 2.004 into 10 to the power is minus 2 meter. See the next problem here. The copper plate has an area of 250 centimeters square at 0 degrees Celsius. Calculate the area of a plate at 60 degrees Celsius given that alpha is equal to 1.7 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. So first write in the given terms here. So what are the given terms? The first one, the copper plate has an area that is 250 centimeters square, that is area A1 is equal to 250 centimeters square at the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. So that means T1 is equal to 0 degree Celsius. So calculate the area of this plate at 60 degrees Celsius means, that is T2 is equal to 60 degree Celsius, and the given that alpha is equal to 1.7 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. So here we are going to calculate the area of this plate at 60 degrees Celsius means A2 is equal to question mark. A2 is equal to question mark. So already we know the formula to calculate the area, that is A2 is equal to A1 bracket of 1 plus beta into del of T, right. So here beta indicates that it is the coefficient of area expansion, alpha indicates that it is the coefficient of linear expansion, but in this problem they are given alpha value, So with the help of this alpha value we are going to find out the beta value. So already we know that the relation between the alpha and beta, so that is beta is equal to 2 times of alpha. Beta is equal to, that is 2 times of alpha. So substitute the value here, that is 2 into alpha value is 1.7 into 10 to the power is minus 5. Here the beta is equal to 2 alpha, 2 into alpha value is 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 5. This is equal to 3.4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius. So this is the, so here we are going to find out the beta value with the help of alpha value, then beta is equal to 2 times of alpha. Substitute the alpha value, then we will get the beta is equal to 3.4 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius. So already we know that to calculate the area, A2 value is equal to A1 bracket of 1 plus beta into change in temperature. Beta into change in temperature. So already they are given, A1 value is given, the initial area is, that is 250 centimeters square, bracket of 1 plus beta value is, that is 3.4. The beta value is, that is 3.4 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into change in temperature. The change in temperature value is T2 minus T1, T2 value is 60 minus initial temperature is 0, then the change in temperature value is 60, right. Okay, the next one, 250 bracket of 1 plus 3.4 into 60, its value is 204 into 10 to the power is minus 5, right. So convert this value, that is 250 bracket of 1 plus 0.00204, right? So next this is equal to 250 bracket of 1.00204. So multiply this one, 250 into 1.00204, its value is 250.51, 250.51 centimeter square. So this is the final area, A2 value at the temperature of 60 degree Celsius. So here the difference between the previous problem and this problem, in previous problem they are given alpha value, so in that case we are directly use that value only, but in this case they are given alpha value. So first we have to convert that alpha value into beta value with the help of this relation beta is equal to 2 alpha. So afterwards substitute all the values and simplify it. Finally we will get the result, that is A2 is equal to 250.51 centimeter square. See the next problem here. Calculate the change in volume of iron cube. So that is given 10 into 20 into 5 centimeter. If its temperature is raised from 10 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius and they are given alpha value is given. Alpha is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. Right? Now first write down the given terms here. So what are the given terms? Calculate the change in volume of the iron cube. So that is del of E is equal to question mark. They are given the initial volume. The initial volume, that is V1 is equal to length into breadth into height. They are given length value is 10, breadth value is 20 into height value is, that is 5. Height value is, that is 5. Multiply this one, we will get the initial volume. So that is 1000 centimeter cube. 1000 centimeter cube. The next one, this is the initial volume, and here they are given the temperature is given. The initial temperature, that is T1 is equal to 10 degrees Celsius and T2 is equal to 40 degree Celsius. T2 is equal to 40 degree Celsius. So then they are given alpha value is given, that is 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius. So in this case we are going to find out the change in volume. The change in volume formula is initial volume into gamma into change in temperature, right? So here the initial volume is known, that is 1000 centimeter cube, and the change in temperature value, the initial temperature is 10, final temperature is 40, then change in temperature, that is equal to T2 minus T1, that is equal to 40 minus 10, this is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. So then how to find out the gamma value? But in this case they are given, the alpha value is given. With the help of this alpha value we are going to find out the gamma value. So the relation between the alpha and gamma is equal to 3 alpha. So this is 3 into alpha value is given, that is 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5. This is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power is minus 5 per degree Celsius. So this is the gamma value. Then substitute all the values here. Then the change in volume, that is equal to the initial volume is, that is 1000, and the gamma value is, that is 3.6 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into the change in temperature value, that is 40 minus 30, that is equal to 40 minus 10, that is equal to 30. The change in temperature value is 30. Then the change in volume, that is equal to, it is in the form of power is, that is 10 to the power of 3 into 3.6 into 30 is, that is 108 into 10 to the power is minus 5. This is equal to, the change in volume is equal to 108 into 10 to the power is, this is plus 3 and this is minus 5, that is minus 2 centimeter cube, right? So this is the change in volume of that cube. Here the difference is, here is also they are given, the alpha value is given. With the help of this alpha value we are going to find out the gamma value. That is the relation is, that is gamma is equal to 3 times of alpha. To substitute the alpha value here we will get the gamma value. So then they are given, initial volume is also given, the change in temperature value is also given. Substitute all this value in this equation, we will get the final result, that is the change in volume of that cube is 108 into 10 to the power of minus 2 centimeter cube. See the next problem here. An iron sphere has a radius of 0.2 meter at 0 degrees Celsius. calculate the change in volume of the sphere if it is heated to 100 degrees Celsius and they are given alpha is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per Kelvin. Okay, see here. So first write down what are the given terms here. An iron sphere has a radius of r is equal to 0.2 meter at 0 degree Celsius. So that means T1 is equal to 0 degree Celsius. So then calculate the change in volume, that is del of V is equal to question mark of the sphere if it is heated to 100 degrees Celsius, that is T2 is equal to 100 degree Celsius, and they are given alpha value is given. What is alpha value? Alpha value is 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per Kelvin, right? Okay. So what is the formula to calculate the change in volume here? That is change in volume, that is equal to initial volume into gamma into change in temperature, right? So initial volume is V1. So but in this problem they are given the radius of the sphere is given. With the help of this one we are going to find out what is the initial volume of the sphere. What is the initial volume of the sphere? See here, to calculate the volume of the sphere we are using the formula, that is 4 by 3 pi into r cube. 4 by 3 pi into r cube. So here they are given the radius value is given, that is 4 by 3 as it is, pi value is 3.142 into the radius value is 0.2 whole cube. So multiply this one, 3.142 into 0.2 whole cube, its value is, that is 4 by 3 as it is into 0.2513. So multiply this by 4 by 3, this is equal to 0.033514, right? So this is the initial volume. So what is the initial volume value here? 0.033514 meter cube. So this is the initial volume. So then what is change in temperature value here? The change in temperature is equal to T2 minus T1. So T2 value is 100 degrees Celsius. Initial volume is, initial temperature is, that is 0 degrees Celsius. So this is equal to 100 degree Celsius. The change in temperature, that is equal to 100 degree Celsius. So next one we are going to find out the gamma value. So that is gamma is equal to 3 times of alpha. Here 3 as it is, the alpha value is, that is 1.2. That is 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5. So this is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per Kelvin, right? So substitute all the values in this equation, we will get the change in volume value. The change in volume is equal to, what is the initial volume here? The initial volume is, that is 0.033514. 0.033514 into the gamma value is, that is 3.6 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into 100 into 100. So this is equal to, so change in volume, that is equal to 0.033514 into 3.6 into 100, its value is 12.06 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter cube. So this is the change in volume value. So here the difference is, so in previous problem they are given initial volume directly, but in this problem they are not given the initial volume, but they are given the radius of that sphere. With the help of that one we are first find out what is the initial volume of that sphere. So after that we are going to find out what is the gamma value, change in temperature value. Substitute all this value in this sub equation, we will get the final result, that is change in volume is equal to 12.06 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter cube. See the next problem here. A steel rod of cross sectional area is 1 centimeter square and 50 centimeter long. The length is given at 30 degrees Celsius. Fit into the space between the two fixed support. If the rod is now heated to 280 degrees Celsius, what force will exerted against the support? So here they are given alpha value is given and gamma value, y value is given. So first write down the given term. So what are the given terms here? A steel rod cross sectional area. So the area is given, A1 is equal to 1 centimeter square. Convert this into SI system, that is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. So after that, the length is given in terms of centimeter, that is L is equal to 50 centimeter. Convert this into SI system, that is 0.5 meter. So and the temperature is given, the T1 is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Next, the fit into space between the two fixed support. If the rod is now heated to 280 degrees Celsius, so that means the T2 temperature is given 280 degrees Celsius, then the change in temperature value is, that is 280 minus 30, this is equal to 250 degrees Celsius, right? The next one, what force will exert against the support? So we have to calculate the force value. So they are given, alpha is equal to 1.2 is given and the gamma value is also given, right? So then what is the formula we are used to calculate the force here? That formula is force is equal to Young's modulus into area into alpha into change in temperature. So already they are given, the gamma value is, Y value is given, that is 2 into 10 to the power of 11 into area. Area value is, that is 1 into 10 to the power is minus 4 and alpha value. So what is the alpha value here? That is 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into change in temperature is, that is 250. And multiply this one, after simplification we will get the final result is 600 into 10 to the power of 2 Newton. This is the force exerted by the rod on the support, that is F is equal to 600 into 10 to the power of 2 Newton. See the last problem here. The brass rod of a length 50 centimeter and diameter 3 millimeter is joined to a steel rod of a same length and diameter. What is the change in length of the combined rod at 250 degrees Celsius if the original length at 40 degrees Celsius? If there is a thermal stress is developed at the junction, the ends of the rod is free to expand. The ends of the rod is free to expand. Okay, see here, in this problem they are given the two rods. So consider this is the first rod of its length is, that is 50 centimeter and the diameter is, that is 3 millimeter. And the one more rod of the same length and same diameter, it is joined at the end of the first rod. The length is also 50 centimeter and the diameter is also 3 millimeter. So this is the junction. And here they are mentioned one more condition, the both ends of this, then this ends of this rods are free to expand, right? The first one we are going to find out what is the change in length of the combined rod, right? Okay, the first write down the given terms here. What are the given terms? The length of a steel and the brass wire or rod. This is brass rod and this is steel rod. The length of a brass rod is given, that is 50 centimeter and alpha value for brass is given, its value is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius. And here the length of a steel rod is 50 centimeter and coefficient value for steel is, that is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 5 per degree Celsius. So here we are going to find out what is the change in length for brass wire and what is the change in length for steel wire, right? The temperature is also given, T1 is 40 degrees Celsius and T2 is, that is 250 degrees Celsius, 250 degree Celsius. So then the change in length for combined rod is equal to question mark. The change in length for combined rod is equal to question mark. Okay, see here, the formula to calculate the change in length for combined rod, that is equal to change in length for brass rod plus change in length for steel rod. So already we know the formula to calculate the change in length. So the formula is, that is initial length, that is L1 alpha suffix b into change in temperature, plus here is also L1 alpha suffix s into change in temperature into change in temperature. Okay, in this case the length and the change in temperature for both the rod is same. the length and the change in temperature for both the rod is same. So then the change in length for combined rod, that is equal to, in this case take L1, otherwise substitute all the values here. So L1 is 50 centimeter and alpha suffix b value is, that is 2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into change in temperature. So change in temperature value is, that is T2 minus T1. The T2 value is 250 minus T1 is 40, that is equal to 210 degrees Celsius. So change in temperature value is 210 plus. So next, the length of the steel rod, I will write here, that is 50 into alpha suffix s value, that is 1.2 into 10 to the power is minus 5 into change in temperature 210. Change in temperature, that value is 210. Okay, so then simplify this one, we will get the change in length for combined rod value is, that is 33600 into 10 to the power is minus 5 centimeter, right? So this is the value of the change in length of the combined rod, right? So change in length of a combined rod value, that is equal to 33600 into 10 to the power of minus 5 centimeter. See the second question here, that is, if there is a thermal stress developed at the junction. So when the thermal stress is developed, when the both ends of the rod is rigidly fixed, right? So for example, consider this is a rod, the one end of the rod is rigidly fixed, the another end of the rod is also rigidly fixed. So afterwards we are supplying the energy. In that case, the thermal stress is developed inside the rod. But in this case, they are given the two rods. So this is the first rod and this is a second rod. Both the rods are joined end to end, and the both ends of these rods are free. So this is one end and this is another end. The one end is joined with another end of the rod. The other two ends are free. So here we are supplying the energy to this combined rod. In that case, the length of this rod is increased because the both end of this rod is free. So then there is no thermal stress is developed at the junction of these two rods, right? Thank you.